The Crisis Field Exercise, or FDX, is a three-dimensional interface which enables trainees to experience critical incidents within realistic virtual environments. Trainees can move around the FDX and interact with it in much the same way as they would in the real world. In the deliverable version of the Crisis system, ready-made virtual environments are available for training by our three end-user partners. The first virtual environment is a replica of Lisbon International Airport, which has been constructed for ANA in Portugal. The second virtual environment is a replica of Keflavik International Airport, which has been constructed for Isavia in Iceland. The third virtual environment is a generic rail crossing, constructed for BTP in the UK. These virtual environments are designed to enable first responders and bronze commanders to undertake various kinds of training exercise, such as setting up an emergency first aid station. Trainees interact with objects in these environments and with each other's avatars, using familiar computer devices, the keyboard and mouse, and a generic video game joystick. Within the FDX, avatars representing personnel from relevant emergency services are realistically rendered. Vehicles and other emergency equipment are also realistically modelled. However, visual realism alone is not enough to support effective training. Objects and people within the virtual environments must also behave as they would in the real world. Here is a burning aeroplane in crisis, which is being sprayed with foam, from which passengers are being evacuated. And here are virtual passengers who are overcome by gas from a leaking canister. Training environments must also be capable of triggering emotional responses among trainees, including startle and surprise. During a recent terrorist bomb training scenario at Lisbon Airport, the entire power system was suddenly switched off, with predictable responses. In this crisis scenario, firefighters approach a suspicious package underneath a parked aircraft. Again, the unexpected explosion triggers an effective response in the trainee. One of the big advantages of a digital aeroplane is that it can be blown up as often as is necessary, at no extra cost. Crisis and its underlying game platform, XVR, provides several sophisticated design tools. These can be used by end users to build virtual environments and set up training scenarios. XVR provides interactive design tools that can be used to build complex 3D virtual environments and also to insert assets that will be needed for particular training exercises. Here, a training manager adjusts the starting locations of aeroplanes at an airport. Another designs a security officer avatar, which will undertake body searches on travellers. The interactive planner tool within Crisis can be used to build stored scenarios for specific incidents. These can then be used and reused in any number of training sessions to achieve particular training outcomes. Here, a training manager is inserting events along a timeline within the planner to build an air crash scenario. He has already specified that the lighting generator at the scene of the crash will fail at a specified time. He is now indicating that the aircraft wing will catch fire a few moments later, accompanied by a heavy rainstorm. The scenario is now visualized in the FDX to check that it works as expected. Virtual training in crisis can be undertaken solely by first responders and bronze commanders using the FDX on its own. However, when FDX training is combined with CPX training involving silver and gold commanders in whole task exercises, the full benefits of the crisis approach to training are more likely to be realized.